Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video I want to talk about something very powerful about our mind, and it is called the loop. So the loop is usually a pattern that our mind creates to keep us in what is familiar, and for most of us that familiar is stress, overthinking, and survival mode. And this loop didn't appear randomly. It was created over time, and for most of us, it was created in our childhood. The environment that we grow up, the people we grow up with, the what we saw, the way people reacted around us, the beliefs that we were taught, and the experiences that we had. From this we learn as a child that okay, this is normal, this is how life is, this is how I should react to life. As a child we are always learning, like what is normal, what is life, how is life should be, how life should be. So when we grow up in an environment where there is stress, there are problems, pressure, we grow up like okay, this is normal, this is life. So our mind now creates a pattern that this is familiar, this is safe, this is normal. So when as an adult now you try to grow, you try to have more peace, more happiness, you want to grow in any area of your life, your mind will be like this is not familiar, this is not safe. Even if you want it, even if the familiar is not making you happy, you want to grow, your mind will not let you grow because your mind feels safe in the familiar, and the familiar is stress. And we also create a limit to of how much abundance, happiness, or success we can achieve in our life. In our childhood, if we were taught like you taught like sorry, like we can't have more happiness, we can't have more success, like rich people can only become rich, we poor people are always poor, like this comes usually about money. And if you believe and if you see like you are not loved unconditionally, or you are loved if you perform. Or for most of us in our childhood we only get love from our parents, when we get good marks. It's not like they don't love us, but they show love when we only get good marks, so it becomes a conditional type, that we can only achieve love if we perform. So if these things comes, then we create a limit, like we can't receive more love, we can't receive more abundance, so then we create a limit. And so when luckily we get more from this limit, then our mind becomes unfamiliar, uncomfortable, and your mind will be like no, 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 this is not safe for me, this is not familiar, this is very uncomfortable, and your mind will try to keep you, bring you back to your old state, which is stress. And you will do something, let me say, you will do something, maybe not in that area of your life, in a something different area of your life, to come back to the loop, which is the stress, which is overthinking, which is problems. So this is how the loop is. But the good thing is we can get out of this loop. It is simple. The way to get out of this loop is very simple, but it is not easy, let me say you. So the way to get out of this loop is just being aware. So when a stress comes, for example, I'll give you my example, because I have these big goals in my life, big dreams in my life. First of all, I used to doubt it. I used to doubt that, is it possible, am I just thinking so big? Because when I used to say it also, nearly every people in my life say that it's big, it's very big, it's not possible for me. So I also sometimes doubt, and then because I'm learning about manifestation so much, and I understood that the only way to bring my manifestation is by believing in it, by thinking positively about my manifestations, about my desires. So now I have positive beliefs about my desires and everything. But what I also understood, that we should also increase our capacity, which is the upper limit, which is the capacity that I said just now. So if we don't increase our capacity, we don't get out of this loop, then if I receive these dreams of mine, I receive the abundance that I want, I will do something that will take me again back to the stress mode. So what I was saying was, because I'm thinking positively about my beliefs, but my loop is my mind familiar state is stress, right? So my mind is trying to bring different types of stress. So my mind will be like, oh, you are focusing on this area of your life, that means your this area of your life will become bad. Suppose I'm thinking about money, to attract money, and I'm affirming about money, that I deserve money, money is easy. Then my mind, in back of my mind, even when I'm affirming, there is a voice from my mind that says like, oh, you are focusing on money, then you will lag behind in your love. So when I don't affirm about love, I'm like, I'm worthy of love, I deserve love, then my mind will be like, you are thinking now of love, you should go for money. It happened for 2 3 days, then I got aware of this pattern, then I'm like, no, no, this is definitely the loop, this is our mind, this is my mind voice. Then I'm like, no, I deserve both, I deserve both, then I affirm both, together. Then now what happens, my mind is like trying to bring different type of stress. My mind will randomly think about what will happen if I go there and something happens. There's no plan of me to go to any place now, but randomly my mind will think, randomly my mind thinks like, if my mother shouts at me, randomly my mother and my sister will have a conversation, randomly my mind will think. And I'm like, because now I'm very aware of the loop, I get aware like this, like instantly, like 1 to 3 seconds, like, okay, my mind, I got it. And then the stress goes away. But sometimes it also happens like there comes a stress, and for like 10 minutes also, I think, because it bring comes with a big stress. So I'm like, for 10 minutes I think, and then I'm like, oh, okay, okay, this is the loop. Why I'm thinking about this stress, so much? Why I'm focusing on the stress so much? This is nothing. I have to focus on me growing, on my desires, on my goals, what I want, and then I try to focus on it, then that stress goes away. So for my mind now, it's very hard to create stress, because I'm coming out of that loop again and again and again, and I'm trying to create a more familiar state for me, which is like happiness, which is stress free, which is like growth, peace. So I'm coming again and again to my new state, and it's getting a little bit familiar. And now I will say you what happened with me today. So because for my mind it's now so hard to think of something to create stress, today when I woke up, I was very tired, and I was feeling like, why I am so tired? Maybe my body is exhausted with all the works that I'm doing, so maybe I need rest. So I was just brushing my teeth, I had my cup of tea, and when I was having my cup of tea, I was thinking like, is it my mind to keep me in the loop, or am I really feeling tired? Because sometimes our tiredness is not because we have worked so much of physical tiredness, it also comes from inner. So I was thinking like, is it my mind trying to keep me in the loop? And after that, I just, I was making my bed, and I was listening to a song, and when I finished the making my bed in my morning bed, and then the tiredness went, and I was like, I forgot about it really, I will say. Then I went for a bath, I did all the housework, and then I went for bath, and after coming from my bath, I realized that my tiredness is gone. And I'm like, oh, this was definitely the loop. So it's so difficult for my mind, because I'm constantly coming out of the loop, consistent, I'm so consistent with it. And the second step is, the first step is getting aware, and the second step is consistent. Every day you have to focus on what you were thinking, on the subconscious, on the unconsciousness, sorry, on the unconsciousness, the stress that our mind is trying to bring us. So when you get away, get aware, and you come out of it again and again and again and again. So it's been a long time, really, I'll say you, like 4 5 months I'm doing this, and today my mind tried to make physically tired, to have this stress, this tiredness, this slow zone. But I came again to this zone of, now I feel good, I feel active, I'm able to shoot a video. In the morning I was so tired, and now I'm shooting a video. So you can see, so consistently you have to come out of this loop. And really, if you come out of this loop, then only you will increase your capacity, you increase your limit of receiving the things that you want, abundance or love. And I'll give you a very good example about abundance, because Obviously, for my mind, there is a limit to how much abundance I can receive. And sometimes it also happens like in a month I will cross that limit, and I'll earn so much that I feel so good. I'll give you a beautiful example. I made a video like in January, I was getting a lot of income sources, and in February also I had so much of income, and then March and April I had no income, like zero, and April also zero. April is about to end. Today is 22nd April. I don't know when I'll post a video, but today is 22nd April, and I had no income, zero income. And you know, just few days before, I was doing the mirror work and I was talking to myself like, wow, Niveta, you were doing so great. You were abundant. You were increasing your capacity to feel abundant. You were increasing your capacity to receive love. I'm so proud of you. And when I was saying myself these things in the mirror, I realized maybe there is a limit to my income, limit to my money that I think I can have. And when I, you know, um, cross that limit, then I have no income, I become, I have no income source, then I come to this limit. So maybe there is a limit to how much money I can have in my life. So my bank balance is this much money. If I cross it, then again I have no income, and then I come back, because it has happened to me many times. I said you in the video, in a previous video, that I had no income for 2 or 3 months. Then again I had a big income, like so much, like unbelievable, surprising. Then I'm again, I have no income. So this is definitely the pattern, the loop, the limit, the capacity. So lastly, I would like to say that yes, there are so many problems in our life that we need to solve. And so our focus should not be on like focusing on the problem and the stress more, but trying to solve the problem. And I would also like to say that when stress comes, just be conscious and think of that stress. Most of our stress has nothing related to our current situation. That they will be like random stupid stress, like something happened in our past years, something 5 years ago, 4 years ago. Randomly you will think like if this happens, that happens. Mostly stress of the unknown, about our beliefs. There will come doubts, stress of doubts, fears, confusions. So mostly those stress are has nothing related to our current situations, like what we need to do, or they will be like random stress that that doesn't need any attention, I would say. That doesn't need any attention, but we give attention, we focus on that stress, and that's why we create more stress, because our mind becomes more familiar to that stress pattern, right? So our only job is, first, as I said, be aware of that stress, get out of that stress, get out of the loop. Second, be consistent. Be consistent, be consistent, be consistent, be so consistent that one day your mind feels so like hard to bring stress to you, and your mind becomes familiar to your new state of like peace, happiness, love, abundance, whatever you need in your life. So that's all for today. I hope I was able to explain you what I wanted really to make you explain. So that's all for today, my girls. I love you all, and let's grow together.